You just bought a brand new pair of trainers. Before you even tie the laces, those shoes have been on a massive, invisible journey. We call that journey industry. It's the connected chain reaction of businesses that makes every single thing you buy, wear, or eat possible. There is a specific pattern in the names of these stages that helps keep them organized. The three main sectors of industry all end with the same two letters: primary, secondary, and tertiary. No product can skip a step. Every item on a store shelf has to pass through this exact three-part chain. If we track your new shoes backward, from your feet to the factory, all the way to the field, we can see exactly how the entire global economy is structured. The chain always starts with the primary sector. This stage is all about extraction and agriculture. It means taking or growing raw materials directly from the earth. Look at this photograph. These farmers are harvesting a massive field of cotton. That is a primary activity, gathering a natural resource from the soil. But farming isn't the only way to extract. Drilling deep underground for crude oil, like these vintage derricks are doing, is also primary sector work. That liquid oil will eventually be used to create rubber and plastics. And it includes mining too. Workers digging into rock for metals and minerals are gathering the raw base materials the world needs to function. Think back to your trainers. The cotton makes the canvas. The oil makes rubber soles. The metal makes the eyelets. The primary sector doesn't create anything brand new. It simply harvests what nature has already provided. It is the starting line for everything else. Once we have those raw materials, we move to the secondary sector. This stage is entirely about manufacturing and construction. You can see it happening right here on this assembly line. Workers and machines take bare metal and glass, process them, and build finished cars. Construction is also a huge part of this sector. It involves taking raw steel and concrete to build the roads, bridges, and buildings where all other businesses operate. And here is what that looks like for your trainers. This factory worker is using a heavy machine to press and shape the shoe, turning loose fabric and rubber into actual footwear. Without this step, all those natural resources harvested earlier would just sit in piles, completely unusable. The secondary sector is defined by making things. It takes rough materials from the earth and molds them into something valuable you can actually hold. Finally, we reach the tertiary sector. This sector does not produce physical goods. Instead, it is focused completely on providing a service to customers. The most obvious example is retail. When a shopkeeper helps you check out at a store, they aren't building the food. They are providing the service of selling it to you. But services go far beyond retail. Banks and financial institutions fall into this category, holding your money and processing your payments. Entertainment is a tertiary business too. When you buy a ticket to sit in a theater with hundreds of other people, you are paying for an experience, not a physical object. Even personal care, like sitting down in a salon to get your hair cut by a professional stylist, is a service that belongs right here in the tertiary sector. We map how they connect like a relay race. Primary gathers raw materials and feeds them to the secondary sector. Secondary builds products and passes finished goods to the tertiary sector, which sells them to you. They rely entirely on each other. If farmers stop harvesting, factories have nothing to build. If factories stop building, stores have nothing to sell. Let's bring it back to that new pair of trainers sitting in your room. The raw cotton in the canvas and the oil for the rubber sole were pulled from the earth. That is the primary stage. The heavy machinery that stitched those materials together and molded the shape of the shoe, that is the secondary stage. And the branding, the retail sales, and the help you got at the store, that is the final tertiary stage. Industry. Primary extracts it, secondary makes it, tertiary serves it. When you understand how these three sectors connect, you start to see the hidden chain of human effort behind every single thing we use.